Hello, hello. Happy hump day. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am having a really good day, mostly because I'm super excited. It is my up day. I have 1 hour and 18 minutes left until I can break it whenever I want, but until I hit the 72-hour fast mark, and I'm super excited that it is the up day. I've had actually a pretty easy fast this time. It's been super busy around here. December is always like a very busy time. I'm sure most of you can understand that, but my daughter's doing JV basketball. We have all the events. We're going to a party tonight at a local library. There's just so many fun things happening. But as a mom with 3 kids that have all their own interests, it's a busy time, but that's helped me stay very busy during the fast. So I'm excited to break it though. My meal plan, I figured I'd share with you guys. Excuse me. I keep trying to be like more creative to have something different to share with you guys, but I love the fajita steak bites so much that I make in the air fryer that every time I'm like, yeah, I want to break my fast with that. And I have an avocado. So steak bites and avocado. And then with me doing the Vlogmas right now, every day I'm making a video the same day. I'm going to share how I make the steak bites. It's super simple, but I'm going to make that part of the video. I know it's been requested before. So that'll be part of today's Vlogmas is making the steak bites to break my fast. And then I have birria beef in the crock pot. My house smells so good right now. My dog actually is like super curious if it's anything for her. Sorry, Emmy, it's not. But it smells so good. And we're going to have birria tacos and then rice, dips, chips. It's going to be amazing. And then I'm hoping, not hoping, I have it here. If I feel like snacking later, which I probably will, I try to have a long eating window after my up day, at least 6 hours. It'll probably be pretty close to 6 or 7 hours. That popcorn that I'm recently obsessed with, it's Critters brand 4-cheese popcorn and some pistachios will be my snack because I'm not doing dessert. I've learned the hard way that sugar after my really long fast does not feel good for me. So that is my meal plan after the 72-hour fast. I'd love to see in the comments how you guys are doing. I see that we have comments here, so we'll get started on those. St. Louis, St. Louis Ammo Man. Hello. I actually broke my 20-hour fast this morning with bone broth. I'm switching it up a little bit. I wish I could say I have done that before. I've tried it before. I just can't do bone broth. I don't know if it's mental or not, but I know a lot of people, including my friend Kieran, love it. By the way, my dog is outside. That's why I'm downstairs. I just saw her dart across our deck, so I will have to get up to let her in probably soon here. Let's see. But yay on your 20-hour fast. I hope you like the bone broth. I didn't mean to move on. I just can't do it. Angela, how are you? She says, hi, Jackie. I have feel away for a few weeks and now want to get back on track, but struggling with the hunger. Any tips? One, I know this is very personality driven, but for me personally, when I find that I'm struggling, I just remind myself that if I push through, I won't have to continually deal with it. Like, hey, if I do this, day 1 will be in the books and tomorrow will be day 2 and eventually it's going to get easier. And that kind of mantra helps me to push through hard times. Also, I try to switch up my drinks. So I always have hot coffee, but I might switch it to iced tea or make a fresh cup of hot coffee or have a glass of ice water or like basically whatever you're drinking, drink something else. The dog's at the door. Drink something else that you like that's fasting approved to give you a switch, and it will kind of satisfy like getting a snack feeling. I know it sounds silly, and I'm not suggesting that drinks are snacks, but it might help you to feel like you're doing something different. And then if you have a time that's harder to get through, try to do things like, for me personally, I try to get a chore done that I don't like, because then I have the satisfaction of like, I did it, it's done, and it passes the time. And the more you push through and do things that distract yourself, or you make the drinks and you get through the hunger, the less you'll deal with it. So those are my tips. I'll be right back. Dog at the door. Emmy's here now. So those are my tips. Good luck. I'm sorry. I know it stinks. Anytime I go on vacation, I kind of deal with that more. Like if I take a break from fasting and then you get back and it's like, yay, catching alive. I'm glad you're here, Miss Lady Winter. If you love winter, you would love to be around here. We have a winter storm warning coming. Kieran says, happy day 3, Jackie. Happy day 3 to you too. How are you? Busy is best for 72. Totally agree. Hope you're feeling better. Yes, actually, I feel so much better with my cold. Now, obviously, the longer you're in a cold, the more healing you do anyways. But I truly believe that fasting has probably helped heal me. But I'm feeling so much better. I still like junk. I'm the same way. Creature of habit, so good. Avocado with kimchi has been my jam lately. Oh, yeah. I actually thought, I don't have kimchi right now, but I thought of you today when I was like, okay, I need to make up my mind how I'm breaking my fast with the hemp seeds on it, right? That was so good after my 5-day fast. You're welcome, Angela. Mr. Fairway says, I have several upcoming parties. Any tips how to make sure I don't eat too much? Love your show. Well, I'm probably not the best person to ask about that because I focus very much on time rather than the food itself. I do have a large appetite and I love like going to parties and eating foods. So my first tip would be to move your eating window to there. If you are able to, one thing that I've done lately, like this isn't a party, but like we go to a fundraiser trivia night and it's all bar food there. Well, if I'm not able to have a salad or like hearty vegetables, I'll eat a salad before we go there. And then I eat there, but I'm not as hungry as if I just ate there and ate the party snack. So you could fill up on any vegetable you like. I really love salads. I love a lot of vegetables actually, but like kind of have that be your window opener, eat that, and then go to the party, allow yourself to enjoy it. If you overdo it, use that as a tool. So if, you have several parties, say party 1, you go there and you eat too much and you feel like crap and you don't like it, actually like take time to analyze, what did I do that I didn't like? What could I do better next time? And don't beat yourself up about it. You still had a fast, you still had the time constraints, so you still had progress, right? So even if even if the eating window is not optimal, ask yourself what you could do better and take that information into party 2. Don't beat yourself up about it because that's not going to help you for party 2. But if you analyze it and you think what you could do better or what would make you feel better, that's going to help you. And then do the same thing with party 3. Like, okay, well, this time I didn't eat 75 Christmas cookies. I ate 40. Obviously, both of those are exaggerations, but I'm sorry. I knew having a cold and talking this much may be a problem, but that's why I have my drink right here. Don't beat yourself up is like my number one thing, and just take tools or take the information as lessons instead of like punishments. And this isn't party related, but like my husband and I used to get chips and queso a lot at night. It was like our treat. The kids go to bed, we do it. And I have a later eating window. And the longer I got into fasting, if we did chips and queso at night, it tasted really good. I loved it. But the next morning, I never felt good. And I just honestly, like chips and queso at night just doesn't appeal to me anymore because I keep thinking like, do I want to feel like that tomorrow morning? And the here and now eating doesn't sound as good as feeling good tomorrow morning. And I just am taking something that maybe I would have beat myself up about in the past, but it was still in the eating window and I'm learning from it. And I hope that you can do the same. And I hope you love your parties. I very much look forward to enjoying holiday festivities. I need a drink before I read again. Okay. Progress and transformation. Hello. Greetings from New York City. 38 degrees Fahrenheit with snow flurries in the forecast. Sounds very familiar. On day 3 of my autophagy fast, we'll break fast tomorrow and begin an egg fast. Oh, excuse me. I'm curious, what is an egg fast? Is that where you only eat eggs That reminds me of an army diet I tried a long time ago. I can't remember what it was other than you ate a lot of eggs. I'd be curious to hear what that is. I have no familiarity. Did I say that right? But stay safe in the snow and the cold. I plan to hunker down. But congrats on day 3 of your fast. Woohoo! Yes, get that autophagy. I absolutely love. That's why I do longer fast. I know it probably helps me maintain my weight loss, but the bigger thing is I like the knowledge that autophagy is achieved and definitely part of a 3-day fast. I'm struggling, guys. I'm really sorry. I haven't talked this much. Let's see here. Miss Lady Winter, how would you respond if your daughters wanted to start fasting? Great question, and people do pose this a lot. So I think the first important thing is to step back to when I did Weight Watchers or calorie restriction, or really when I would make myself like vegetable soup at the start of the week, and I would eat that instead of whatever other dinners the rest of my family was making. My girls were pretty young at the time, and they saw that. And I never would want to model that. Like, I would hate to think of my daughters joining Weight Watchers someday and all of the feelings that I felt, like restricted or unable to participate or unable to enjoy delicious foods, or going to my mother-in-law's house on Christmas Eve and she makes all these delicious appetizers, literally one of my favorite parts of the year, feeling like I was trying to count calories when it was impossible, or limit, and not really enjoying it. I think of all these things that I hated about diets and Weight Watchers. And then my girls seeing me do it, and the thought of them doing it someday made me like, ugh, I hate that. Now, as a faster, I've been doing this 4.5 years now. My girls are 14 and 13. So when I started, they were like 8 and 9 probably. Excuse me. I am so excited to think of, they see me enjoying food. They see me making a choice not to do it all day long. And I think they see discipline, but they also see me truly enjoying things. We make Christmas cookies as a family. I eat those same cookies. I make dinner for our family. I sit down with our family and we eat dinner together. We go out to a restaurant to look at Christmas lights one town over, and I'm sitting there and having the food with everyone and ordering a dessert. It's something we do every year, but they see me joyfully participating, and I'm not counting calories. I'm not saying I can't do this or you guys do it. I packed my own 100-calorie brownie pack instead. And when I think of those two scenarios and how I feel, I am so much more excited about modeling this lifestyle for them, because it has given me so much joy and freedom that if they ever wanted to fast someday, I would 100% be supportive of it. And I would encourage them to read the books, get the science knowledge, like do all the things when they're adults. Now at 14 and 13, they're still growing, they're still developing, and absolutely they need to eat, and fasting isn't recommended for kids. I'm not doing any of those things. And I'm very open about that. Like, I stopped growing long time ago, and unless it's out, I don't tell them that, but they just know that there's a difference because I've said it so many times. And if they ever wanted to fast, honestly, I can 100% say I would not feel sad that I passed on that lifestyle to them. And I couldn't have said that before with any other diet calorie restriction I've done in the past because I love it. And if my kids find something that's sustainable and balancing to them, that's joy to me as well. Jeez Louise, I am so sorry. My throat is just so dry, it keeps making me cough. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I've been trying so hard to do my hair every day so that when I go to Price is Right, I'm good at doing it. And I know that sounds so silly, but it's the truth. Guys, Jennifer took so much time to give me such a nice detailed list. I've shared it with my bestie that I'm traveling with. And I still don't know what we're actually doing, but we 100% love your recommendations. So I really it makes me feel all warm and cozy that you took the time to do that. And I cannot wait to be in LA. And I hope that we hit at least one of your recommendations. Excuse me. So thank you, Jennifer. Jeez Louise. I have not been coughing this much. It's just because I'm talking so much. Thank you. I feel pretty good. Every day I'm feeling like so much better. So thank you very much. Keeping it positive. I'm going strong in the 72-hour fast. I break it at 5 p.m. today. Woohoo! Yay! I'm excited for you. Make sure you have ample refeed. I don't know what your day looks like, but I know I could break my fast at 5 p.m. and still be up at 11. I stay up pretty late, but I just want to remind everyone you need to properly refeed after down days. But I'm excited for you. Woohoo! Good job. Debbie, hello. Happy hump day to you too. I've been doing OMAD. I don't eat dinner. My boyfriend wants to go out to dinner tonight. Would not eating tomorrow be a good idea if I eat tonight? Personally, how I would do it is I would just eat dinner and then have an OMAD tomorrow. I don't do it in reverse at all. There's a couple reasons. One, I never want to feel like I'm punishing myself, and not that you would be punishing yourself, but I like to prep beforehand when I can. For me personally, that's just like a better mindset. I don't know that there's anything negative, but if you don't eat tomorrow, I would then do an up day still the day following. Honestly, I would just take this as an opportunity to be like, I am allowed to have longer eating windows. I'm allowed to have shorter fasts and longer eating windows and embrace it. If this kind of stuff happens all the time, it might be more problematic, but in my life, I don't have a ton that happens last minute. I have most of my days, I know what's going to happen. And then when things happen last minute, I can make the decision. Do I want to participate? Do I not? And if it's important to me, I'll have a longer eating window than normal. And I think when you can embrace that part of fasting, like, you know what? My day-to-day isn't going to be overhauled by a single day choice. So my personal way I would approach it is if your boyfriend wants to go out to dinner and you want to, I would do it and then still have your OMAD tomorrow. And you'll see that like, oh, that was fine. Nothing catastrophic happened. I was able to enjoy it. I was able to be flexible. This lifestyle rocks. That's how I'd approach it. I know there are people that do up days and then follow them with a down day when up days happen unexpectedly. I just have never done that, so I can't speak to it. But I hope you have a wonderful dinner with your boyfriend. Hi, Janelle. Finishing your 72-hour fast at 3 p.m. Woohoo! That's actually, so mine's up at like 46 or 45, 46 or 45. But I'll be like on my way back from getting my kids. So mine will be pretty darn close to 3 p.m. when I actually break it. So I'll be thinking of you with my first bite of 3 days. I'm so excited. Intermittent fasting with Camilla. I hope I said that right. Probably not. But can you please tell me, or first, hello. Can you please tell me your experience with appetite correction? What did you experience regarding hunger? Did it get better with time? Well, one, hunger during fasting has significantly improved while I fast. I don't want to say it's like never there. For instance, where was I yesterday? Oh, I know. I was shopping at an outlet mall, and one of the restaurants smelled really good, and there's a Starbucks right there, and it sounded fun to have like an iced coffee while I was shopping and then to take it when I got my nails done. And I kind of had like that missing out hunger feeling, but I wasn't actually hungry. That kind of stuff is a little more tempting to me than like truly feeling hungry. Also, so I'm speaking still to hunger, not appetite correction yet. Around my period, I deal with hunger more than I normally do right before my period starts. So it's getting to 18 hours. Sometimes I have to push myself to get that. That's my minimum every day, my goal, at least 18 hours. And I just, hormonally, my body's like, feed me, specifically fried foods. And I just have to push through it. I know it's coming. And the fact that I like anticipate it and I know it's just like going with the flow, I tend to have longer eating windows then afterwards. I kind of honor that my body's hungrier, but not by not getting my fast, if that makes sense. knowing that it's coming makes it easier to deal with, I guess. And I do the same tips. Stay busy, get a fresh drink. And then it passes, it's kind of like a wave. In terms of appetite correction, I don't know if you've read, I feel like my brain is jumbled. I think Dr. Bert Herring wrote Appetite Correction. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. I have the book. I've read the book, but it's upstairs. Fasting is a great way to kind of reset your hunger cues. One thing that I've noticed is I tend to overeat less in my eating window, and I still eat pretty generous portions. I know you guys see that, but I've always ate large portions like all throughout the day. When I started fasting, though, I kind of felt like a vacuum. And the longer that I fast, the better I am at knowing if I eat this, I won't be hungry later to eat the dinner that I actually want, or I can stop eating dinner without finishing things. One of the biggest, I still think of this cake. That's how good it was. It was at Disney Springs, Wolfgang Puck's restaurant, I think. It was one of the celebrity chefs, but it was carrot cake, and it was literally the best dessert I think I've ever had, or one of them. And it was so good, but I ate it after dinner. I was full, and I threw some of it away because we still were spending the day at Disney Springs. The frosting wouldn't hold up. No one else in my family wanted it because it had a cream cheese frosting. And I still can't believe that I didn't eat it just because it was that good. But my hunger cues and my appetite has really just become better, and I'm able to listen to it more the longer that I fast. And I think spending so much time not eating, I'm able to just listen to my body more. I'm not constantly feeding it, and my appetite has honestly corrected itself. Now I am on a new medication that suppresses your appetite a little bit, so I'm dealing with that. I am noticing that my really generous portions, I'm not feeling as hungry for that much anymore, which is odd because I will fix myself a typical for me amount of food, and then I'm full halfway through, and I'm it feels very weird. But again, that's nothing to do with appetite correction actually, but it's just something I'm dealing with the appetite. So I'm learning with that. But my experience with the appetite correction is that it has really very naturally evolved as I continue to fast, and I'm paying attention to what feels good, what doesn't. And I'm able to not be a member of the clean plate club if I'm not actually hungry, which is never before the way I was. Excuse me. Keeping it positive. I've done the egg fast before and was so tired of eggs afterwards, but I lost 8 pounds. Holy moly. I love eggs. I might be able to do it, but I like other things with eggs. Okay, I'm going to bump one forward because I see the egg fast comment 2 down, and then I'll go back up to taco noodles. I'm not forgetting you. Egg fast. Eat 6 eggs daily with 1 tablespoon of butter per egg. I do a half tablespoon of butter. And cheese of choice. Ooh, that makes it easier. For 3 to 5 days. Afterwards, you gradually add carbs and veg. Interesting. I would love to hear a report back on this, how it was for you, because I don't think I'll ever do it, but I love cheese with eggs. I actually really love cheesy eggs. So that sounds good. I just don't know that could only be what I eat, but I would love a report back. Taco Noodles, I'm back to you. Says, hello, I have a question for you. Absolutely. Would you suggest water and no coffee if the coffee makes you feel more hunger? Or is it the wrong coffee type? Love your videos. So coffee for me has never made me feel hungry. This could be an individual thing. So I'm trying to think if it's worth me going to grab something. One, make sure you're paying attention to the coffee. So if the ingredients have anything other than 100% Arabica bean, or I'm sure I'm butchering that word, more than 100% some type of coffee bean, if there's added flavors or natural flavors or seasonings or different things, that could make you feel hungry, certainly. But some people swear that black coffee triggers their hunger. I have never been that way, but I used to drink coffee as a poor college kid as my breakfast. So I was partially fasting before I ever knew it early in my college days. but it was just free at work and I just drank a lot of coffee. So it never to me has signaled like, hey, you're about to eat. And I've never done like cream in my coffee or any of that kind of stuff. It never has made me feel hungry. Some people swear that it does. Other things, and that's what I was thinking of running to get it. And I just bought from Aldi. It's an iced coffee. I bought it for the fast, but it's so cold here. I don't want iced coffee. It's a blonde roast iced coffee. And I looked at the ingredients, and you have to be careful because some Starbucks ones or some other brands will have like sugar in it, or they'll have different sweeteners, or they'll have natural flavors like vanilla. And this was a blonde roast. It was only 100% coffee. And then of course, like water, but I don't think they put water on the ingredients, but you have to be careful. So I read the labels and I make sure. I would definitely do that if you feel like coffee is triggering you. If it does trigger you and you're even reading the labels, I hate to say this, I would hate to fast without coffee. Like for me personally, that sounds awful because I love coffee so much. I loved coffee before I fasted. It's very comforting. It's warm, all the things. But maybe there's a green tea that you like or something else that you could try. But I would definitely start checking the ingredients. And then if you can't have the coffee, save it for your eating window. I did do an entire week of fasting without coffee. No bueno, in my opinion. Not good. I just miss coffee so much. And thank you for loving the videos and being here. Let's see. Keeping it positive. Congrats on your fast. Yay. I love seeing you guys cheer for each other. Hello from Michigan to you in South Carolina. 1-2-99 100. Counting like a little kid. I love that. Beta. Hi, Jackie. Hello. Thank you for your videos. I'm now 3 months into fasting. Never felt better. Woohoo! I love that. That truly like sends me bolts of joy when I read stuff like that. I'm now much more selective with what I eat. I hope I can keep this up like you for years. Truly, I bet you can, Beta, because I was the same way. Like as I'm going and I didn't have feelings of when is this going to end, which I had on literally any other diet I've ever done in my entire life. I kept thinking, is this ever going to end? This is joyful. I enjoy this. It's like, is this always how it's going to be? And here I am 4.5 years later, still feeling the same way. So I am positive you're going to have the same experience, especially 3 months is a really good runway to have an idea. Like not only have you started, you have stuck with it, you're enjoying it. That's great. Because 3 months into calorie restriction, I know I would be like, is my time up yet? Keeping it positive, saying thank you. I may go for 5 days. We'll see. I may start an egg fast next week. Thanks for mentioning it. Ooh, I love to see you guys commenting on each other. Also, someone else asked me this, and it's going to be part of my 72-hour fast vlog, but they asked if I plan to do a 5-day fast again. And honestly, I don't think I ever will. I think it's awesome that people like to do them. But for me, and this is where I think it's really important that people like pay attention to what works for you. Like take advice or knowledge from other people, but really tweak your fast and your windows to yourself. 3 days is a perfect mix of like discipline and results and autophagy, but also joy. Like I enjoy the 3-day fast, and I can't say that for the 5-day fast as much. And it's like, I want the balance of the two. I want to be able to look forward to doing it, not dreading it. And I think it's really great. Like, I'm glad I did it, but I also don't think I'll repeat that again. And I think that fasting can be so much of a personal journey of taking the different pieces and making your journey work for you, even if it's different than other people's. Progress and Transformation said, I had 7-pound water weight bounce during Thanksgiving week, back down 5 pounds. You know what tool is going to help you? And I bet it was pretty low stress. Maybe. I don't know. Your emoji is telling me maybe something else. I'll tell you my trick. I didn't weigh myself at all. I really enjoyed Thanksgiving leftovers, and I enjoyed Thanksgiving, and here I am still thriving. So, woo. Yes, I totally agree. Intermittent fasting is amazing for quieting food noise. And there are times that it still appears. I deal with food noise more than I deal with true hunger because I get joy from food. I actually saw something today that was pretty interesting. he's like a fitness guy online, but he was like doing this parody about emotional eating. And the guy's like, oh, I don't emotionally eat anymore. I can be sad and I don't have to eat. And he's like, but like, do you have to celebrate with food? And he's like, well, of course, if I finish a project at work, I treat myself to going out to eat. I'm very much that way. Like, I like to celebrate with food, but I never really thought of it as like a type of emotional eating. But that's probably a harder trigger for me than like feeling hungry, is not being a part of a food event if I'm not fasting. And it's gotten so much easier over the years. And I just ask myself, like, can I have this at another time? And 99% of the time it's yes, you can. And I'll just keep fasting. Excuse me. Karen says, I feel like our taste buds have evolved with fasting. Absolutely. And that helps with appetite correction. That is a really great point. Can't eat the stuff I used to. Taste buds have evolved with regards to appetite correction question. I 100% love that you added that, because it is so true. My biggest like personal addition to that is Little Debbie's oatmeal cream pies, the Christmas tree cakes, any of the non-chocolate ones. I've always like loved Little Debbie. Even though I love Swiss cake rolls too, and I know those are chocolate. But anyways, I can't eat them anymore. I mean, I can physically shove it down the hatch if I wanted to, but I was so surprised. Oatmeal cream pie and Little Debbie Christmas trees, that when I ate them, I was like, no, this isn't like good. It's not worth it. And you guys know I still love sugar and desserts and all that stuff, but you're just much more like cognizant of like, yeah, maybe that's all right, but it's not worth taking up space in this eating window. And I do think that it has helped with the appetite correction. The food chat Wednesday and have 40 left until 4,000 subscribers. Is that your chat that you have every Wednesday? I'll have to check it out. Yay, 4,000 subscribers. I remember hitting that. It's exciting. Every 1,000. Excuse me. Yikes. Yay, you'll definitely report back on the egg fast. Woohoo. Beta says, coffee makes me nauseous, even tea. I'm sensitive to caffeine. Well, we are different on that front, because I am not 100%. I'm not sensitive to caffeine. Unless it's like super late at night. I have issues the older I get, but I don't have that issue. I don't know if you've ever tried decaf coffee or I don't know if they even make decaf teas, because I'm not a tea person. But I definitely think you need to find what works for you. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with water. You could have plain water. Some people drink it hot, which to me is not appealing. And then sparkling water you could have. Shallow. I probably said that wrong. Hello to you. I'm sorry. I hate mispronouncing people's names. I try my best. Jenny says, hi, I've missed watching you. Finally got a chance to check in. Good to hear from you, Jenny. Glad you're here. Kieran says, I think a 72 hours sweet spot, or is a sweet spot for a quarterly fast too. Yes, but you're a fasting machine. I admire Kieran and your longer fasts. Let's see. Keeping it positive. Jackie, how often do you complete 72-hour fasts? I'll join you next time as well. I do them every quarter. So the quarters for me and this group, March, June, September, December. The first Sunday of the month is when I'll start it. In September of this current year, it was also Labor Day, and I moved it, but I'm not going to do that again. If it falls on a holiday, I'm just going to keep the fast the same, because I felt bad changing it, and some people had already planned on doing it. Some people wanted me to move. I'm just going to keep it the first Sunday of March, June, September, December. And then if it falls on a holiday, so be it. People can choose to differ how they want. Yes, I love seeing you guys chat with each other. My mom forgot it was Wednesday. Sorry, and hi, all. Don't be sorry. You have no obligation to me. My mom is a moderator on here. And forgetting is one of both of our specialties, which is, why I'm seeking ADHD treatment. But I'm glad to have you here, Mom. Love you. Thank you. Jenny says, I do OMAD. My husband does not fast, and we like to eat together every night. So I am hoping to try making a 500-calorie meal to squeeze in a down day. I hope you still make 500-calorie meal videos. Yes. The longer I fast, the more I just like to do a long fast because it's easier to just skip eating. But there are so many different meals that you can make and eat 500 calories of. I'm trying to think offhand. Anything that you do where you put it on rice, I like to put on cauliflower rice because that's like high volume. So if you made some sort of like a meat with a low cal like tomato sauce, I don't know, you'd have to play around obviously with calories, and you could put like zucchini or different vegetables, and then you put it on cauliflower rice, and then your family or your husband, whether they want cauliflower rice or not, they could have regular rice. That's a really good way to like still make the same meal. And I agree. I like to eat dinner with my family every night. When I do 500 calorie down days, I tend to eat by myself because I'm eating something different most of the time. And then I make a dinner for my family that I don't really like, but I'm still around at dinner time. Whew, it's past 2. I'm going to have to go here in a second. So I see 2 more comments and then I'm going to go. I'm just blabbing. Holy moly, this has passed really fast. Progress and transformation says water weight gain due to marathon cooking sessions of Thanksgiving week and eating more frequently. Absolutely. 100% understand that, while staying with relatives for a 4-day visit. Yes. And you know what? Like in my mind, that time is worth like having more flexibility, hanging out, enjoying the family time. That's not all day, all year, right? So I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you're already seeing the water weight. Say goodbye. Let's see. Sri Priya, I hope I said that right. Do you experience stomach cramps on 24-hour fast? This is my last question. So if you pop up anything after, I'm sorry, I have to go. No, I have never had stomach cramps. I don't really deal with nausea. I don't have headaches usually either. For me personally, I get sore legs, and this is not an ad for Element, but I drink Element electrolytes every single day of a longer fast, and I like to drink them even on my normal fasting days because they're delicious. But adding electrolytes was something I didn't do early on in my fasting journey, my first 72-hour fast, and so many people suggested that it would help my leg cramps. And sure enough, it did. I started partnering with Element, and I absolutely love them. And it is a game changer for me. I know people say that adding electrolytes, whether Element or not, but I just use and partner with Element, has helped with like nausea. I don't know specifically cramps, but like for me, sore legs, muscle cramps, headaches, people find a lot of relief by adding electrolytes. Okay, I said I was going to stop, but I'm going to do this. If I can do a 48-hour fast, that is my preference because I don't like to stop at 500 calories. Yes, I understand that because I have to be very mindful that my 500 calories is high volume. Otherwise, it is hard. I do understand that. You don't like updates, so I'm having a hard time with down day updates. Well, I've heard so many people say this. I personally do not have a problem with updates. I never feel as good on them afterwards as my OMAD. That's my only sticking point with it, but I like the up days enough that I do them. I know a lot of people say they have a hard time doing up days. I've never had that problem. So I can't relate on that, but I know you're not alone in that. Well, guys, oh my gosh, there's one more. Oh, thank you, Jillian. South Africa, is that what that is? Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. I'm going to prep my steak, go get my kids, come back and eat the steak. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining. I'll be live again next week. Also, I planned out all of the lives, and I saw that Christmas Day is on a Wednesday. I'm not going to do a live on Christmas Day, so we'll have to miss each other that day, but everything else is planned out. And I have December 29th. It's going to be a make a vision board with me. It's 100% a craft night. I have poster boards. I'm cutting up magazines. I'm setting out my goals for the year, my vision board. And this isn't something I'm doing just for YouTube. I've literally always made goals for the year, and I don't hit them all, but I also don't beat myself up. It's just a motivation to me, something to think of and like put intention. And I love making my goals. And so I'm putting it on poster board, which I've done many times in the past, but I haven't done it in a long time. And my girls are going to do it with me. So it's going to be fun. I hope you guys join. Make your own vision boards at the same time. It'll be super fun. Love from India. Thank you. Oh my gosh, so much of the world is present. Okay, this is for real. Goodbye, guys. Have a great week. Enjoy your update if you're at the end of your 72-hour fast or whatever longer fast you pushed yourself to. Woohoo!